Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is ZillaFan85, back today with my latest video, my latest figure review. Today we're going to go ahead and look at my adult Battra Gashapon figure. So as you noticed the last couple of videos, we reviewed the two Heisei Larva Mothra figures as well as the Larva Battra figure, and then of course I did the two adult Mothra Gashapon figures that I have, all Gashapon figures that I should say in those last two videos. So obviously I thought it'd be fitting to go ahead and jump into the adult Battra next. Of course, Battra featured his one and only, true film appearance in Godzilla vs. Mothra: The Battle for Earth. Also called Godzilla vs. Mothra, or Godzilla and Mothra: The Battle for Earth. But that first title is the one that I usually use. So Battra, definitely a cool kaiju for sure. Essentially the dark side of Mothra, if you will. But always a kaiju that I definitely liked. I can kind of see that, a lot of people do kind of prefer his larval form, and I've always noticed he seemed stronger in his larval form than he did in his adult form, but I still like both forms nonetheless. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here. Start with the paint and detail. So as you can see here on him, he's got obviously, his colors are pretty vibrant, but obviously done in a darker scheme than Mothra's. And yes, as you can see, the wings on these do tend to pop off. If you would, like to maybe glue these on so that they're more of a permanent fixture, certainly would be understandable. So anyways, you can see the sort of this on the patterning on the wings here, this red, yellow, and black, and the patterning done very well. It's all pretty clean paint. It even kind of fades off, which I believe is intended to be movie accurate here. So you can see that on the wings. They look really cool. They got a nice pattern to them as well, like a jaggedy kind of structure, so a little bit different than Mothra. Now the wing is supposed to have a primary wing and then a secondary wing, so this piece should have been secondary, and you can kind of see where it's segmented here on the wings, but for the Gashapon figure they just made it one piece on both sides. The underside of the wing, it's got like a black and red patterning here, and of course the Bandai logoing there. On the underside of his body, while we're looking at it, it's got like a grayish black color for the underside of him. You got these segments on the underside here and these red spikes on the outside, and then that tip, that stinger there, he's got it's sort of a yellowish paint, sort of like the grayish black fades into a yellow there. Looks pretty nice, pretty cool overall. The legs, again, nice spiky structure to them, as you can see here. The underside as well as the top part of the wing, or the legs, I should say. So they look really, really cool. Definitely like that. He's got those crimson red eyes, and I think they captured that look very well here on him. So you guys can see that. That looks really cool. The horns on the top of his head there, as you guys can see, yellowish color. It's a little bit dusty, my figure. I've had it a long time, so I do apologize. But you can still kind of see that. You can see the red stripe going down his back with the two yellow outer stripes running alongside the red stripe. That looks really good. Again, the red spikes on the sides there, and of course, again, that grayish black color that you can also see there, and it fades into that yellowish color for the stinger. Really, really cool. Really, really awesome. And he's very, very bumpy as well. You can see the segmentation on his abdomen or thorax area, whatever it'd be called. Again, textured very, very well. Looks really, really good. And and of course too, you got these little spikes here on his wings, so you guys can see those. So the yellowish color, got a bit of a sharp feel to him. So again, looks really, really nice on him. I certainly think so as well. And the wings are curved a little bit just to give it a little bit more than just being completely straight. So just a nice little attention to detail. So I definitely do appreciate that. So one's kind of curved that way, the other one's kind of curved upwards. So And if you have like a little stand, of course you can have him in like a flying pose, basically. But that pretty much covers it for the paint and detail. As far as the articulation, again, Gashapon figure, as I always mention, there are some exceptions to the rule, as I do point out, but in this case, he's pretty much just one solid piece. Again, the wings do pop on, and you can see that, especially this one, has a tendency to come out. I may eventually just use Gorilla Glue to hold those in place better. But again, though, really no articulation on him, so he's pretty much in this pose that you see him in, but it still looks cool nonetheless. Again, just like with the adult Mothra Gashapon figures that I previously reviewed, he's probably in the roughly in the 2 to 2.5 inch range. I don't have a ruler on me or anything, but again, he is a minifigure, Gashapon figure, so you know, so he's not in your standard size 6-inch range, so he's a mini figure. But definitely a cool addition to the collection. You know, certainly if you need a Battra or just or just like collecting the Gashapon, the minifigures, and want to add this to the collection, definitely a good way to go. I certainly recommend it, and it's pretty readily available online. So usually you can get them for, I would say $20 or less, from what I've seen anyway. But other than that, you know, definitely a nice figure, and I do recommend it. I think that pretty much will cover it for this video, though. This will probably be my last video for the remainder of this year of 2020, and quite a difficult year it has been for many reasons, as we've all known, so all we can do is hope for the best going forward. You know, but again, so I'll probably, you know, hopefully return with another video in a couple weeks or so, and we'll go from there. Mainly just going to continue with my figure reviews. That's mostly what I'm doing. Might be a couple other things here and there to mix it up, you know, maybe some more video game stuff or anime stuff, but mostly just going to be the figure reviews. Having said that, though, I do wish you guys a very happy holidays. You know, please enjoy yourself and stay safe. You know, and, you know, I do want to thank you so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my videos, please feel free to do so as well. And just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.